Hello, hello, how are you guys? My name is Ann Spogan and I am the owner of Fit Blonde Fitness, and my job is to help women get fit for life without using extremes. And today I wanted to talk about a topic that probably a lot of us have experienced and would love to know some tips and tricks to help us. And that topic is muscle soreness. I want you to think about the days where you had a really good workout, but then you immediately started your muscles to get tight and lactic acid began to build. It became uncomfortable to get in and out of chairs or up and down your toilet or up and down your stairs. So I'm gonna outline a couple of things that have helped me, that have helped my clients, and that ultimately I hope will help you. The first thing I wanna mention to you guys before we even get into the tips is that just because you're sore, it is not an indicator that you had a good workout, all right? Now, I hear it all the time, oh my gosh, I'm so sore, I must have had a killer workout. And while that may be true, you shouldn't be feeling so sore all the time after every workout that you can barely move out of your bed in the morning because of how hard you're pushing. And the real reason I say that is if you have a great trainer and you're following a great plan, you shouldn't be sore all the time. Raise your hand if that's new to you. And oh, by the way, it's not the most comfortable feeling. So if we can avoid it, let's try to make that happen for you. In reality, you guys should be progressing slowly so that you're not overwhelming your body too much. And while you do want the workouts to be challenging, and they certainly could be, you don't want to be sore more days than you're not, right? That's not fun for anyone. So guys, gradually work into your plans. I always say slow and steady wins the race, right? Rome was not built in a day, and neither was your body. So again, you want to focus on progressively increasing your weights and your intensity to make sure that you're using proper form while also avoiding soreness and injury. So my first tip for you guys is to warm up. And I know that that sounds obvious and very basic, but I think you guys can all agree we are so guilty, whether we're pressed for time or just don't find, use for it, of skipping the warm up, going directly from our bed to the treadmill, to our workout, and it doesn't serve your body properly to skip that step. And oh, by the way, not only will it lead to soreness, but it could lead to a strain or even worse, an injury. Case in point, I am not proud to say this as a trainer, but my son and I were kind of playing tag in my basement, and I quote unquote treated that as my workout. And then when he and I went to do his karate workout later that afternoon, I didn't really stretch or warm up properly, and I strained my hamstring. And now I'm going on 2 weeks where I have to modify my workouts, where I want to be doing more higher intensity workouts or lower body workouts with weights, and yet I can't because I didn't warm up properly. So guys, don't make the same mistake as me. Take 5 to 10 minutes to get your body moving, to get your heart rate up, to get your muscles warm. And then tip number 2 is going to be to actually stretch, right? Now that your body's warm, let's actually stretch your muscles out. Let's get them prepared for the activity that you're about to perform. And that is going to lead to a more productive workout. It's also going to psychologically prepare you for the workout that you're about to complete. So there is a mental component. You've probably heard mind and body connection. So it gets you psyched up, it gets you in the zone, and it gets you physically ready to tackle the workout that you're about to do. All right, so tip number 1, 5 to 10 minutes of an active warm-up. Tip number 2 is stretching, and you can do a combination of dynamic or static stretching. All right, I have a YouTube video on that if you're interested that you can check out to get your stretch on. Okay, now with tip number 3, form is king. Form is so important. Whether you're using weights or your body, you need to make sure that you're using proper form. And now if you're going through a series of exercises and you're not sure how to perform them, ask someone who does. Ask a friend, hire a coach, but really make sure that you're going through the movements properly, because if you're not, that could again not only lead to soreness, but greater chance of injury, as well as, possibly joint pain or discomfort and a bunch of other things that we don't want. So don't sacrifice form and be a hero and try to go up in weight. Make sure you're doing things the right way, all right? Form is king. Find a mirror. I actually get a really cheap mirror from Home Depot. Gosh, it has to have been like years back. I think it was like $20, and I just use that for form check in my basement, and that really helps me make sure I'm doing things properly. Tip number 4 might surprise you, but it's so important that if your muscles are sore, you need to do something active. And I'm not saying high intensity. This should be low intensity, but something to get your body moving. I know that's probably like the last thing you want to do. But what I like to do is make that my active rest day. So I'll actually grab a foam roller. I brought one for you guys to show you. If you've never used a foam roller before, guys, this is like a hidden gem. This is, they come actually in different sizes. They come in different intensities and softness. I actually like mine pretty firm. This is probably like the most intense torture device that you could probably find in your house. And I also have a foam rolling guide for you guys if you're interested. And this will allow you to target any part of your body. And it's called self-myofascial release. And it's going to act like a massage that you're giving by yourself, for yourself, and you can do this for 5 to 10 minutes as even a warm-up, or you can spend about 45 minutes on some days. It just feels so good, just rolling out some of your knots. Now, there are specific ways that you want to do this. It's not like rolling over this roll, although it is called foam rolling, so it is slightly misleading. But you do want to actually roll over it until you find a hot spot or a knot, and then like sink or sit into the roller for approximately 30 seconds on average per spot. And you again can do any part of your body using this. All right, so I'll actually put down below a foam rolling guide for you to help you get started with this. Cool thing about foam rollers is that you can find them virtually everywhere now for really cheap. You can find them at like your Walmart, your Target. You could get them on Amazon. I actually have my favorite foam roller on an Amazon like gym bag list if you guys want. If you want to take a look at mine, but ultimately you can get them anywhere. They're going to help with your muscle recovery and soreness, and it's gonna feel, I'm not gonna lie, like torture at first, especially if you are really sore, but it's a good torture. It's the releasing of your muscles and some nerves associated with it, and you'll be thanking me later. All right, another tool that you can use for muscle soreness, I brought it over here. This was actually given to me as a gift. And these are called the massage guns. They do exactly as they sound. You just turn it on and you apply it. Do you hear my voice? You apply it to any part of your body that's sore. And I like these because you can go behind your neck, honestly, anywhere you want. And the cool thing is this you can do again by yourself. It's battery operated. They have different heads and different speeds. This one's like a 20 speeder. But this really helped me when I, again, like strained my hamstring and I was suffering to kind of work that area out. So definitely if you have questions about this, let me know. But I love mine and I've been using it now for months, and it's definitely now an integral part of my recovery routine. All right, so my next tip is very simple. It does not cost a thing, and that's just water. Hydration is key. Hydration is key on a good day, but especially when you're sore, you need to make sure you're drinking your water. That's before your workout, during your workout, after your workout, when you wake up in the morning, when you're eating dinner, right, throughout the day. On average, the rule is 8 by 8, 8 glasses of 8 ounces of water a day. And to help track this, because sometimes people like lose count or they're not paying attention to their water intake, you have free apps out there. MyFitnessPal will allow you to track your water every time you drink a glass. You can also use Amazon, is where I typically tend to go for everything. Amazon has a water bottle that's pretty big, and it has like indicators of like how much you've drank in a given day. And that's a nice way of tracking. My sister-in-law actually has a cool water bottle that lights up. So if she hasn't had a drink in a certain amount of time, it will actually like remind her by lighting up that she needs to drink again. So the cool thing is there are tons of tools out there to help you. You just need to make it a priority. And I know that we tend to skip on drinking water because you don't want to be in the bathroom all day, but you need to consume more. It flushes out so many unwanted toxins in your body and helps replenish it because, again, the majority of our body is made of water. So make sure you're drinking your water. My next tip for you guys is all about your post-workout. When I'm training clients, my first question to them, it's called like my golden question, is what do you do post-workout for recovery? okay? And oftentimes they're like, I don't know, Ann, I don't have a plan. Number one plan is you want to have approximately 20 grams of protein and 30 grams of carbs. And this can be consumed in a variety of ways, but the most easily digestible way is through a shake, all right? So I actually will go to, I've been really loving First Form's Formula One. Now, I'm not gonna spend a whole session on protein, but this particular protein is what's called a fast digesting protein. So it digests within about 45 minutes to an hour after you've consumed it, which is what you want to immediately begin the muscle building process, all right? And that has, again, 20 grams of protein, which is what you want for your body to be in what's called an anabolic state. So ultimately, for every 2.5 to 3 hours that you consume your 20 grams of protein, your body will stay in the fat burning and muscle building phase. After that time, it switches over to the catabolic stage, all right? So that's where fat preservation comes into play. We want to avoid that if you're trying to build lean muscle mass. So oftentimes you will hear people recommend protein shakes because they're super cheap, they're super, I guess you can say, convenient, and they take probably, I mean, you can take them anywhere, but they take 3 seconds to actually put together. So it's a really great pure source to get you the protein you need to keep you in that anabolic state. Now, after a workout, that's the only time in the day where I will say your carbs are your friends. So 30 grams of carbs, what that looks like is just like your car needs fuel to run, your body needs carbs, all right, or glycogen to restore some of that energy level that you've just depleted during your workout. So this is a really nice way to get some pure carbohydrates. It's a monosaccharide, which is the purest form of your carbs, into your body as quickly as possible. And I actually take them together. I just did my workout this morning, so I made it. Then I was like, oh, I'm making this video for you guys. This is perfect. And this one tastes like Thin Mint cookie. It is amazing. So it tastes good. It tastes like I'm having a dessert, and it's helping me recover properly. All right. So I hope I didn't throw too much scientific evidence at you or information, but I think it's important for you to know, hey baby, what you're doing and why you're doing it so that you get the gains that you want, okay? You cannot possibly expect to gain muscle mass if you're not putting in the proper foods at the proper portions to get there, all right? My last tip for you guys is something that I came across pretty recently. There had been a lot of studies that were thrown out there about CBD oil, hemp oil, and cream, and I had been given a sample to try out some CBD cream. And I really never used it because I don't know, my workouts progress slowly and maybe occasionally I'm sore, but never enough to consistently use it. Well, entered my hamstring, and I was willing to try about anything to get rid of it, including ice baths and showers and ice packs. But this cream, I'm telling you guys, it is amazing. I rubbed it right onto my hamstring all the way up to my butt. And that night I slept like I haven't slept since it happened. So it had been 3 or 4 days before I was like, you know what, Ann, you've got this cream, why not try it? So there are stuff out there. I think the old school mindset was BioFreeze would probably be something that you've heard of, but CBD cream and oil does work. It's a natural hemp remedy, and it's money. All right, that's it, guys. I hope that you found this helpful. If you come up with any other questions or comments about your training programs, if you need help tweaking them or really starting one, I'd be more than happy to help you with that. If you have questions about just nutrition or something like that in general, drop them down below, and I'll sure to be making a video about them too. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you soon.